Join Kyle Owens as he jumps to us from Marshall territory out there in Maverick land. How you doing, Kyle?
I'm doing great, MC. Listen, I heard you were talking about it over there. I heard you were struggling a little bit. Get you some water. I got this. Let me handle this for you. Marshall and Nacogdoches. There was homecoming here tonight for Marshall. A great crowd on hand for both sides, and it was really a tale of two halves. Honestly, you know, Marshall came out and got a touchdown on their opening drive, went in and scored there. Nacogdoches went 20 plays on their first drive, or not their first drive. I'm sorry. The very next drive for Nacogdoches was a pick six, or not a pick six. Michael Lockett caught the ball, and then he was stripped, so it was a fumble return for a touchdown. 14-0 Marshall. Then Nac goes on a 20-play drive that ends up in 0 points. They have a turnover on downs deep inside Marshall territory. Marshall's punts, and then Nac gets the ball again, goes 10-plus plays, gets back deep into Marshall territory, still can't do anything with it, so they end up at the 15-yard line with a turnover on downs again. But the Nac defense kept playing well and kept making Marshall punt the football away. Nac finally, at the end of the first half, they started with the ball in plus territory at the Marshall 45-yard line. They were able to march down there and score a 6-yard rushing touchdown with 19 seconds to go in the first half to get the game to 14-7. Then after halftime, Nac came out and scored to make it 14-14. So you're thinking we got ourselves a tight ball game here. But then Nac throws an interception, a pick six. Marshall has a pick six that really kind of just starts the scoring for Marshall from there, and they pull away at the end to win 42-28. But I tell you, this Marshall defense, they are for real. Forced 3 turnovers. 2 of them turned into touchdowns with the strip fumble there in the first, and then the pick six in the second half. Then they had another pick as well. So Marshall defense played phenomenal. They even knocked out freshman quarterback Jalen Garrett. The backup had to come in later in the game. Just wore down this Nac team with running the football. Alton Henderson for Marshall had a really good game offensively, the quarterback. So just a really complete game for Marshall. I know Coach Hammond after the game, he wasn't thrilled with how the game started for them. He likes how it ended, but wasn't thrilled with how it started. So just an excellent performance by Marshall. And if you're Nacogdoches, you didn't do what you wanted to accomplish tonight by getting a big win here on the road at Marshall, but you still have an opportunity to make the playoffs, which is something they haven't done since 2021. So electric atmosphere here tonight in Marshall. We got to see the Maverick dance at the end of the game, so that was the best part of it. So great game here tonight and a great atmosphere in Marshall.
You know, Marshall for the last couple of years has really been rising, you know, above their standard, their old way of playing. I remember when they came here, I think it was last year, they scored all their touchdowns at Rose Stadium against Tyler High, all on runs. I think they were 8 for 8, something like that. And that program just continues to get better. And tonight is a perfect example. I mean, they're going to hit you in the mouth. And you're right, their defense, from what we saw, was able to stand up front and say, I dare you, because you're not going to make it. And so that could take them a long way in the postseason, and they could do some things.
Yeah, no, the thing was too about Marshall, you know, winning this game against Nacogdoches, if they win out, they'll lock up a 2 seed, which they'll get to host a home playoff game here at Maverick Stadium, which is huge. To host your first round playoff game is a big deal, especially when you have an electric atmosphere like here in Marshall. So yeah, and it is. It's just ground and pound football from Marshall. It's not going to blow you out of the water, right? Like it's smash mouth football. You know what's coming. Can you stop it? And throughout 3-4 quarters, Nac held up, but then towards the end, they wore them down too much. And Marshall does that to teams, and that's a mark of a good football team.
They are, and they showed that tonight. Let's talk